Support for Just Seen It comes from Fandor, dedicated to supporting independent films and filmmakers. Movies from around the world are available at fandor.com/PTV. Fandor, all for film. A drifter named Lorne arrives in a small town in Minnesota. His penchant for wickedness begins to affect the entire town.
Cold enough for you, Chief?
Thought I'd strip down to my shorts, work on my tan.
Especially a nebbish insurance agent named Lester in Fargo.
Hi there, I'm Sean. I'm here with Liz and Lisa, and we're going to talk about Fargo, the new TV series on FX. We've all just seen it there, yeah? Who wants to start? Lisa, what'd you think there?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Of course, the movie Fargo is one of my favorite Coen brothers movie. I think it is my absolute favorite. And this is not a remake of it, but it's inspired by it and is wonderful in all the same ways.
Every element of the production is really high class. I mean, specifically the casting is amazing, but you have wonderful writing, wonderful directing. It's gorgeous. I'm a big fan of the show already.
Yeah. I think it's clear the shadow of the film is always there. You're always sort of aware that the film existed. There are scenes in this TV show that seem to be lifted straight from that movie, or at least have slight variations. There are shots that look a lot like Roger Deakins' cinematography, but it does manage to remind you of the movie and find its own footing at the same time, and I think that it's all the better for it. I mean, it has some of that same macabre humor that we got in the movie. It's got some of those same fun, lovable characters we got in the movie, and it works quite well.
And one of the things that really delights me is Billy Bob Thornton. As good as we've seen him since Bad Santa, and I bet he hates people using that as his definitive work so far, but I loved him in that. And in this, he is amazing, and I don't know if he's had any work done or whatever, but he looks really good.
I think a lot of that is the confidence he has. It's like he steers the show in every scene. It feels like the writers are writing to his strength, and he gets to play this very omnipotent character. He gets to do whatever he wants. It just seems like he's having a great time.
I think it is his best role since Bad Santa. Probably dramatically, if you can call this dramatic role, you'd go back to The Man Who Wasn't There, which is a Coen Brothers movie. So I think it's interesting that him being a Coen Brothers veteran in that movie and Intolerable Cruelty now comes back to working sort of with them in this spin-off TV show, and he does an excellent job. I mean, he's the standout performer in a great cast.
Oh my gosh, I love this cast so much. I just it's like the number one thing I keep thinking about is just like Allison Tolman. I was like, she came out of nowhere. I was looking at her credits, and she really is just like very few, and she carries this role of Molly. She's amazing. And then even Sean Doyle, who doesn't have the biggest role, and he plays Vern. I thought he was wonderful. Everyone has an interesting face. Everyone captures the tone very well, and they have really strong performances.
And I think with Billy Bob Thornton, he is our next great anti-hero. I mean, he follows in the footsteps of Tony Soprano and Walter White in the guy that is just pure evil. But you love to hate him, and you want him to sort of succeed and get away.
Your problem is you spent your whole life thinking there are rules. There aren't. The truth is, you're more of a man today than you were yesterday.
I'm amazed at how Martin Freeman pulls this role off. I mean, he seems to be ubiquitous now. He's everywhere. He's the Hobbit. He's John Watson in Sherlock. And now he is Lester Nygaard, the hapless insurance agent.
Oh, what a day. I didn't do nothing. I just got home.
What an amazing job he does. He's got the accent down. He's got that wide-eyed, innocent, yet with an edge persona. I think he's amazing. He's the William H. Macy character from the movie and does every bit as good a job, I think.
It's a clear departure from The Hobbit and Sherlock and things like that. So I do think it's impressive that he's able to embody this role. At least in the pilot, I thought he did have a little bit of trouble with the accent. I thought he was having to adjust to it a little bit. I didn't notice that at all in the second couple of episodes that we watched. So that even smooths out to me as well. So yes, I agree. He's very good.
He's just as frustrating as William H. Macy was.
Yes.
As a character.
Well, it's interesting how the show has so many characters that we sort of resemble characters from the movie. Martin Freeman's character is named Lester Nygaard. He's like Jerry Lundegaard from the movie. He's not the same person, but he's very similar. We have Alison Tolman, who's sort of like the Frances McDormand character in the movie. And so we're sort of thinking about these people as we're watching these characters, but I almost think about like a show like Hannibal, which is even more sort of in tune to its movie source than this is, and how that has sort of grown over a couple of seasons. Now we don't even necessarily really think about the movies when we watch that show. I think this one too, at first it's a little bit striking. You're a little bit like, well, wait a minute, this is sort of like the movie, but sort of not. But eventually you just kind of grow to accept that this is the way the show is going.
Well, we watched the movie last night just to, remind ourselves of the plotline of the movie. And I remember watching the movie thinking, I missed the TV show. And when I was watching the TV show, I was like, oh, I missed the movie. Like, they actually were good companion pieces in a strange way.
Fargo is the next great anti-heroic television series. I say, see it.
Don't go far from this FX TV series. Is it worth it? You betcha. See it.
Alison Tolman, new hero. See it.
Cheers! I gotta run home and put something in the wood chipper.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is not Canadian. Nobody says A in Minnesota.